Okay, so Nope has been out for a while, but I kind of wanted to take some time to digest it and really think about how I felt about this movie because when I first saw it, I got some mixed reviews about it. Well, mixed reactions, I guess. And yeah, I'm still a little mixed about it. Okay, so Nope is Jordan Peele's third movie, and honestly, I have been a big fan of Jordan Peele since Get Out came out. I absolutely love that movie, and then Us came out, and I really enjoyed it. I just wish he toned it down with the comedy a bit. I just think some of the scenes in there really could have been more serious instead of comedic, and some of the comedy just didn't really fit. While I did find it funny, I don't think it fit, and it kind of took away from the movie and the experience in general. But Nope, I think, for starters, Nope, I think he really handled the comedy better than he did in Us. I think it was just as good as Get Out. Now, what I gotta say about this movie, well, it has a very simple but also strange story. Like, there's a lot of symbolism and metaphors in this movie that I feel like a lot of people probably won't understand, and yeah, that's myself included because I actually had to search up a lot of what this movie meant. And after searching that up, I can see where he was going and what he was doing, but honestly, I do think he could have done a better job at maybe just making everything seem more organic instead of just throwing these random things at you. Like, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The monkey. I think we all know about the monkey. Yeah, that was probably one of the weirdest things to put in a movie. And while I enjoyed the scene itself, I had to do a lot of research to understand what it meant and what Jordan Peele was trying to achieve and what the message he was trying to, get across. And I think if you have to do that much like research on your own, then maybe he didn't do such a good job explaining it. And I understand most people don't like to be spoon-fed and they like to think and process it themselves. But I think for this occasion, once I found out what it actually meant with this whole monkey thing, I did think even that was just stretching it a little too far. Now, going back into Nope itself, I think the movie is shot beautifully. There are some scenes in the dark that just look gorgeous. Like, he uses this like blue hue throughout it, and you've seen it in the trailers. It looks beautiful. It looks amazing. It looks gorgeous. Those scenes were nice, and it's really like for a good chunk, it's a bit of a mystery movie where you really don't know what's going on, and once you find out what's going on, you're like, oh, okay, it makes a lot of sense. And at the same time, you're like, yeah, that's cool, but it wasn't anything shocking. It wasn't like this huge plot twist. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't really, in my opinion, it wasn't really anything new, even though it was a little different. And yeah, from the trailers, and I will be spoiling the movie, there's an alien. There's some sort of alien. And once you get revealed what the alien actually is, I don't think it hurts the movie, but I don't think it really improves it. You're kind of just like, oh, okay, so that's what it is. And that's the reaction that I got. And based on other reviews, I don't see anybody going crazy and be like, oh, it's like this whole new thing that Jordan Peele came up with. Everybody just seems like, yeah, that's cool, that's fine. So that's what we got. Really, I think the casts themselves were amazing. Honestly, Daniel, damn it, I forgot his last name. Damn, I feel like such a dick. He did such a good job. I forgot his last name, I'm sorry. But I think he did a great job. He was this really like calm, just this guy who really just has to go to work. He has a job to do, and that's really what he's focused on throughout the movie. And there are a few times where like he sees the alien and he encounters them. And even those scenes, I think maybe he was a little too calm. Like, maybe just show a little more emotion. I understand what you're going for. You really want to show that this man is just basic. He's kind of almost numb to everything that's like happening around him. And he's much more of like an old school guy. But at the same time, like even someone like that would react, strange and be just at awed at something like an alien encounter. And then of course there's Keke Palmer, who just really stole the show, and she was like the light of day. She was just amazing. She was outstanding. She was hilarious. She was energetic. She just seemed like a person that's fun to be around with. And really, the supporting cast, I forgot what that guy's name. I think his name was Angel in the movie. He was actually really fun. I saw him and I thought, okay, I was like, okay, I'm sure he'll be fine. He probably won't be in the movie a lot. And he turns out to be in the movie a lot more than I thought he would be. And I just enjoyed his relationship with both the main characters. I thought he did a really good job. And then there's this other guy who, while he was fun to watch, especially the ending with him, I think, like the whole death scene and sacrifice, now that I'm going into spoilers, it seemed a bit odd to me. Now, if we're talking about spoilers, yes. The monkey, or the chimp, I think it was a chimp. yeah, what Jordan Peele was trying to get across and what he showed really, you're giving off a different message, and you're trying to show off this kind of like symbolism and metaphors, and like I understand what you're trying to do, but at the same time, it still has to make some sense, and it still has to connect some way to the story, in my opinion. You can't just have one scene with one of the characters and just completely disregard that, and it's supposed to be some kind of like symbolism and metaphor to what's going on in the rest of the movie, and even what's going on in the rest of the movie is a symbolism and metaphor in a way of what's going on in real life. And yeah, you're trying to do all these like convoluted and just crazy ideas, and you're just trying to throw it all at the screen. Well, I respect it, and while it was done great, the directing wise, it was done amazing. I just think there was probably a more organic way to show that, and a better way to understand, a better way for the audience to understand what you're trying to do, because the fact that a lot of people are asking is like, what is with this monkey? What is this monkey about? I think at that point is when you've lost your audience. And I mean, who can really say that they understood exactly what Jordan Peele was trying to get across without watching the YouTube video? Like, if you can, good for you, but I guarantee that like maybe like 95% of the people just had no idea. And I think that's where the flaws came in, because I understand symbolism and metaphors, but I think with a little bit of thinking, most people should understand what your point is, once they've finished watching the movie. And it also should be like a little open to interpretation, where a lot of people can have their own ideas. And I think this monkey thing strayed very far away from that. I think people were very confused, and that there wasn't much of hints. And most of it, you really did have to do research on your own, which is fine. I kind of gets me thinking about like The Shining and all the stuff that The Shining meant. And there's some beauty towards it, where you really don't know what the heck's going on, and you kind of have to like interpret it yourself. And I like that. And I think, yeah, you can put that in this movie, but I just think it wasn't done that well, and it didn't fit the rest of the movie. Because the rest of the movie, what I mean by simple, it's just a simple alien movie. Like, these people, they encounter an alien, and besides everything else that's going around, it's really just people trying to get evidence of an alien. And then at the end, you get the alien. It's like the big third act. It's this alien invasion. Now, well, it's not an alien invasion, but at that point, the alien, it goes crazy, and at that point, it's not really afraid to show itself, and you just get like this big sort of blockbuster action, and it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's good to see. Again, it's directed masterfully by Jordan Peele. This movie, I enjoyed this movie. I wouldn't say it's a bad movie, and in no way, shape, or form am I like less excited to see his next movie. I'm still less excited, because what he brings to the table is something new, and that's what this movie is. This movie is new, it's unique, it's different, and I love it for that. I just wish there were some aspects of it that were done better, and in my opinion, seemed like two storylines that I guess could have mushed together in a better way, in my opinion. I just think that's what it is. It's like 50-50. They're, directing, acting, pretty much visuals, everything is perfect about this movie. I just wish that little monkey scene, which I loved, I actually really enjoyed the monkey scene. It was very creepy. Or the chimp scene, I keep saying monkey. I just wish that was handled a little better, and it just, connected to the main story a little better, and it just had a better flow throughout the movie. Because really, that's the beginning of the movie, and then you get like more of it in the middle of the movie, and then that's it. And I just think it could have been done better. I don't know, but I really enjoy this movie, and I highly recommend it. People are already watching this movie. This movie's making money, so that's a good thing. Keep showing support to original content. I know Jordan Peele, I know he's pretty popular, so maybe that's why this, movie's making a lot of money. But other movies like this, I think people should go out and watch and support, because yeah, these movies they're fun to watch. They're different. I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I saw this movie, because I try to stay away from all the trailers, and I would say yes, I was very entertained. The characters were amazing, beautifully directed, visuals, the night scenes with the blue hue, just beautiful. But I do feel like this is a movie that people will be talking about, and maybe that's what Jordan Peele wanted to get across, a movie that people are going to be talking about, people are going to be interpreting for years. So good job on that, Jordan Peele. Highly recommend going out to watch this movie. But that's it for me, and yeah, thanks for watching.